hold it. For the love of Jane Russell's big fat horse's ass on toast, stop ringing that goddamn bell. Shit the bed. Well, howdy, folks. Come on in. Well, from the looks of them fancy breeches and sassy little hairdos, y'all ain't from around here, are you? So where y'all from? What? I didn't quite get that. Ah. Obviously all y'all is mutes, 'cause you wouldn't be fucking with me now, would you? No. See, the last guy that fucked with me ain't having a real good howdy-do today right now. Y'all city slickers think you can come in here and just waste my whole goddamn day, don't you? Well, the hell with that. Get the hell on out of here. I got me some chickens to be dealing with. Look, if you don't quit doing the asshole shuffle and pick one of these goddamn options, I'm gonna come over there and put my boot up your ass. Well, fine. You can just stand there and kiss a dog's titties for all I care. I got me some reading I gotta catch up on, if you don't mind. Jesus Christ. Get this here thing on. Jesus. Oh. Yeah, that's a picture of the Grand Canyon or my ex-girl one. Yeah, let me see here if I got it. Oh, darling. I would purely love to bite you in the ass, take lockjaw and have you drag me to death. Oh, yeah. Oh, my Lord. All that and flexible, too. Damn. Let me see here. Turn-ons. Oh, shit. Long walks on the beach, candlelight dinners, puppies. Fuck. Oh, turn-offs. Rude people. Violence. Clowns. Fucking whore. What the hell are you all still doing here? What, are you in love with my ass or something? Well, why don't you just get up off that couch and come here and kiss me on my ass then? Jesus Christ. Oh, well, fine. It is now official. You have just wasted most of my fucking day. It's lunchtime already. Damn. You will excuse me, won't you? Well, thank you very much. One of them juicy motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. I love this shit. Oh, damn. Y'all gotta get a laugh, I'm telling you. I bet you these go over real big at the police station. Damn. Well, fuck you very much.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It is nothing sacred in this world. If you probably saw the thumbnail, that was the idea Todd thought of to kind of use as the launch pad of our discussion. Because my lord, I thought we were over this whole era. Remember around what was it, like when Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead came out? It started this. I don't know if it's 5 or 10 years. I don't know if it's 5 or 10 years thereafter, but it was just a plethora, a shitstorm of just remakes. And they started going, like, running the gamut on everything to the point where they would do all the obvious stuff. And then they would start scraping the bot. They would do really, like when they did Black Christmas, honestly, that blew me away. I couldn't believe at the time that they were going to remake a movie like that. And now that seems like a given, like, okay, it's, it's got a cult following but I don't know, man. It's just them doing this whole Killer Klowns thing. It just goes to show that if anything has even just a smidgen of recognizable IP, even if it's on the shelves at Spirit Halloween, they're going to scoop it up. Someone's going to buy it because that's what it is. That's all it is. It's Spirit Halloween. It's also because we've talked about this dang thing. But like when I grew up, nobody knew what Killer Klowns from Outer Space was. Nobody fucking knew what this was 10 years ago. You know, as far as, you know, definitely not mainstream people. And then I don't know what happened, but clearly somebody picked up the rights to it because there was just the door opened on just fucking taking advantage of the IP and selling merch and stuff. It became a huge staple at Spirit. You go to Target and they've got like action figures. So good on them. That part never annoyed me because I always thought it was cool. It's like, great. Now people can, you know, understand what I like all these years. And I wasn't against that, but this is a bridge too far. What do you think, Todd? Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by it whatsoever. I mean, what's that other film that you sent me that they're doing a remake as well? You sent me earlier this week that somebody was doing. Oh, the kid from Halloween. What is he doing?
Oh, Silent Night, Deadly Night. They're having him play the title character, the Killer Santa, which is hilarious because you know the people behind that. They understand that casting the guy who played Corey in Halloween Ends is going to cause controversy and it's going to get people talking. You know what I mean? They have to know. There's no way they are rebooting another slasher franchise that they're not going to give that Corey Cunningham a job, not knowing what it's going to get people talking. And to them, that's probably like, yeah, it's, you know, any news is good news because a movie like that might fall, you know, face down into the fucking dirt without it. So a little controversy.
Well, they probably saw that Thanksgiving did. I don't remember if that. I think that did decent. So a holiday horror slasher, they're probably thinking, oh, let's just reboot this. We'll, you know, throw it out around Christmas, make some extra money. So that's why I would think they would do it. But who knows?
I literally think it's just anything that has even the smallest bit of brand recognition is somebody's going to dump money into it. I mean, maybe, you know, the amount of money they throw into it budget wise is going to align with that, how recognizable it is. But Ryan Gosling must have a production studio, you know, for him to be doing it. And I'm not saying that Ryan Gosling, I think is literally our same age. You know, and he might've grown up with it. He might've been like, oh, I love this. Oh, and you know, and I get it. Like if I was Ryan Gosling, if I was in his situation, like the guy that you guys know, and I had the means, I could understand it. But I would be like, we're not touching it.
I mean, like a Danny McBride thing, right?
I would not want to mess with it. I don't care if I had the means to reboot it or whatever, and how much I loved it. If you care about the property, dude. If anything, fund the sequel. Wasn't the Chiodo brothers trying to get a part 2 and 3 off the ground for years?
Yep.
You know, and even if that was years after the original, and that doesn't sound good either, but that's better than this. If I was Ryan Gosling and I really like that franchise or that IP, do that. You know, spearhead a sequel, whatever. Give them money to do that. But I don't know. I shudder to think what it's all going to look like. CGI clowns. I don't know what they're gonna look like.
I'm sure it's pretty shitty. I don't know. I really don't have any hopes for it. Am I upset about it? No, because they've done everything else, and
it doesn't
everything else up. So,
and they've been doing this. They've been prepping us for 20 years. But for 20 years this all started. It's been 20 years that they've been really just ravaging every IP to remake it. And I've become numb to it to where, I just don't allow it to ruin the original movies for me anymore. You know, it's just one more thing because they've literally remade everything, and you know, I don't know what else to say. So I don't let it bother me too much. It's just a shame because it's not like this was some beloved IP. It just came out of nowhere in the last decade. Right. And it found a new audience because somebody started pushing it out there because it's one movie. It's not even a franchise. Whoever bought this IP up, they're fucking pumping out merch like there's 10 of these movies, right? Like it's Nightmare on Elm Street or something. Like it's one damn movie. It's one. I've never seen so much merchandise for
It's
one movie.
it's the Spirit Halloween effect. That's the only reason why they're doing the remake, I'm sure.
No, it's it. That's it. And like I said, there's like I think NECA has put out a couple of toys and stuff like that. But yeah, the Spirit Halloween effect, 100%. Sean, how you doing, brother? Macabre Makers. Yeah, this shit is real, man. Unfortunately, I think it's really ridiculous. I guess that doesn't mean. I mean, who knows? Maybe something will happen. Maybe something will happen and it'll get canceled. That'd be great. But I don't know. If Ryan Gosling's heart's in a good place, he's misguided. It's like, just don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Right. I loved Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Doesn't mean I'm going to come into some money and be like, let's remake Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Let's fucking get a different guy. Like, no, doesn't make any sense. They're remaking Mania, Hands of Fate. I don't know what that is. What is that, Zakito? How you doing, brother? Hollywood has no creativity left. All they do is crappy remakes or sequels or rehashes. They're also remaking Scarface with Timothy Chalamet and having Tim Burton direct it. No, they're not.
Oh,
that sounds like that can't be real. That can't. Just double check that, Todd. that almost sounds like a troll, because that's just ridiculous. Instead of Cuba, it's gonna be Grenada.
What was it? Sorry, I'm running a.
I'll do it real quick.
Okay.
That can't be real.
No, I'm.
What happened to?
I just got new internet, so I'm running speed tests, and it's bad. It's really bad, man.
Your new internet's got a terrible.
Am I cutting out?
Yeah, you are.
It was so good a few hours ago, and now it's shit, man.
Let's see here. Scarface remake was in the works with Luca Guadagnino directing and the Coen brothers writing the script, but it's no longer in development. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Diego Luna. Why they? Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like he was just joking around, but it wouldn't surprise me. You guys remember when they announced that Big Trouble in Little China remake quite a few years ago with The Rock as Jack Burton? What happened to that?
Oh, Jesus.
Did anybody watch any of that footage of John Carpenter getting his star on the Walk of Fame last week?
I did. Who was there with him? Kurt Russell, I think.
Kurt Russell spoke. So did Keith David. There was other people in attendance, and then who was it? Nicotero spoke.
Gotcha.
Right. So that those were the speakers, and then what's her face from The Fog was there in attendance. She didn't speak. Spit her name out. His ex, curly hair. I'm old. What's big?
Oh,
come on, dude.
Yeah,
it's rather fucking brains. Jeez Louise. Come on.
It's
yeah, I know. What the fuck is wrong with our brains?
The fog, right? Fog, right?
The fog. Our brains, our brain fog. Exactly. Why can't we
tell
Barbeau?
Barbeau.
My mom got it. Adrienne Barbeau. Yes. Gosh,
Adrienne Barbeau.
We talk about Adrienne Barbeau all the damn time.
Thanks,
it's just
man.
our brains are fried. But she was there. Surprisingly, Jamie Lee Curtis was not there. What a dumb bitch. Because John Carpenter. I'm sorry. Kurt Russell was there, and he's great, dude. He was giving praise. He was joking around. He seemed to pay him really great tribute. He seems to understand what John Carpenter meant to his career, because John Carpenter is the one that molded him after he was a child actor. Right. Kurt Russell was in like early Disney movies as a kid. He was just a, apple dumpling gang type of actor. And he gave him his break, starred in Elvis as an adult, like the transition. And then he cast him in Escape from New York and all that stuff, and really helped him move into that period of his career. And so it's good to see that he didn't forget about him. Keith David, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Keith David's a working actor. He does a million conventions. He does lots of voice acting. I mean, he's awesome too, but Kurt Russell didn't need to be there, but it's good that he didn't really forget who helped him out along the way. Jamie Lee Curtis, though. Now, it's possible she had, conflict. I mean, it's possible she was somewhere else, but I don't think it's I just don't think it's a good look, dude. I just like, come on, Jamie Lee. This isn't this is kind of par for her reputation. I don't know. But she sucks. So let's see here. I liked your guys' AI screenplay with Encino Man. Oh, what? Dude, you have to remind me. I know you've been going through all the archives and listen to a lot of the old episodes. I don't remember half the stuff that we say on those things because some of those are years and years old. Was that on the Encino Man commentary? And did we reference some sort of AI screenplay? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
anyway-
I should be better now. I had to adjust my network because I was connecting to a VPN. That's why. That's why it's so
Gotcha.
fucking laggy.
Yeah, I only used a VPN for Japan, and then I got rid of that shit. I don't need a VPN. Why do I need a
Well,
VPN?
It automatically connects to my my computer, so I have to disconnect it.
So what's your need for a VPN if you're not traveling? Is it just because of work? You know, do you use the same computers for work purposes and private, and that's why you have to have a VPN?
No, I
or-
just always have VPN. I don't want people tracking my data and tracking the sites and stuff like that.
But isn't it
Selling
not
my
really?
data.
Isn't it not really that? Does that really do anything? Can't people still get around that?
Depends on who you use, I believe.
Like, who
So-
are you gonna? Well, I guess depends on who you're trying to hide from. Because can't like the fucking spooks, man, and the government get around that shit. Like, it depends on who you want.
It would be a lot more difficult. I mean, a lot of those companies, I mean, they don't mess around. So I mean, they're getting paid by people, so they can't be tracked.
And it's worth, but it's worth the monthly or the yearly, whatever. It's worth all the money.
I don't pay for it. It's free.
Use a free one.
Yeah.
Okay, because I just started like learning about this stuff as far as actually diving into it, and I don't know. From what I understood, the free stuff didn't seem to like offer that much protection, but it was good if I just wanted to change my location to watch movies in Germany. But it's like if you want the protection, it was the stuff that had a premium to it.
Yeah, I have one that automatically connects that I usually disconnect when I'm going to be using a lot more data
Got it.
and upload download speeds. So I should have done that before. Sorry, guys, but I should be good now.
Oh, Zakito, about a month ago, I think it was the one after your pop-up interview with the Forest Hills director. Well, that's sad because that wasn't that long ago, and I still don't remember it. I mean, I don't remember, man.
Forest Hills.
But it sounds like it was really funny. Yeah. Encino Man, are they going to remake that? What? I mean, I know it's so funny. These guys like Pauly Shore has been pushing for Encino Man 2, speaking of sequels, for a few years now, because what else does that guy have to do? And wouldn't like he really thinks they would ever actually make a sequel with his old ass? All they would do, at worst, they would remake it, and they wouldn't have his involvement, which would be the ultimate slight. But I think it's funny how there's all these old actors that are washed up, and they never see the problem. They're always all like, they hate money, bro. They hate money, bro. It's easy money. Get the crew back together. Nobody wants to see fucking 60-year-old Stoney.
Yeah,
and
Michael
fat,
Ray Bauer
and fat caveman fucking Brendan Fraser. Like, oh, let's see what they're and Sean Astin. Sean Astin is just as wide as he is tall. Nobody wants to see that like sequel. I don't want to see a remake either, but sometimes if like too much time has passed, it's just let it lie. Right? I mean, they obviously made that mistake with something like Ghostbusters. Right.
But I mean, Happy Gilmore 2 comes out soon, so
that looks great. That looks fantastic.
It doesn't. But
I really, why they didn't put Shooter McGavin in the trailer?
I know that's really, he's the best part of the film.
But I'm saying, like, you saw him for half a second,
yeah,
as like a quick like flash. With all these other people that are dead now, like Chubbs and Grandma, and of course Bob Barker. So you can't, if Bob Barker was still alive, they would have the cameo with him. And it would be stupid. Like, why is he here? Because it's, remember? So I'm kind of glad he's dead. You can quote me. Anyway, but you'd think with all these other main players that are not alive, they would have really leaned on Shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was following what did Shooter say the other day on X?
Are you follow him on X? Dude, he's hysterical on there, dude.
What did he say? He said something. Oh, you see his post on tax day?
No, what do you say then?
He said, today's tax day, folks. Remember, it was because It's because Gilmore's grandma didn't pay her taxes, which caused him to join the fucking PGA tour to raise money, which cost me another gold jacket. So basically, the repercussions of not
Yeah,
paying
yeah.
her taxes. It's so funny.
No,
Cost me another gold jacket.
he's one of my favorite follows, man. He's hysterical.
Dude, that's his he's made that his identity, probably smartly,
Oh
to do
yeah,
that.
man. He
Because
does
he's not
like
really
all the golf tournaments now, and he's a really
well,
big celebrity in the golf
I didn't
scene.
see him, but I know he was at the Arizona Waste Management I went to,
Yeah.
the Phoenix Open. And I mean, the Phoenix Open's fucking was huge, dude.
I
didn't
want to
see
go
him.
to that next year, man. That'd be fun.
Well, come down and you'll have to go get my come tag along with my buddy who does who works the event for something, and he got me in for free. That's the only reason I went. But it was interesting. It really was like this is golf, not a rock concert. Everybody's
Your mom would probably have fun at that too.
well,
Sure.
it's I never seen so many drunk people. It was worse than a concert. It's like all these young people are drunk and rowdy. And like I said, when we were shuffling in there, whatever that really famous hole is where Tiger got the hole in one, that's the one that everybody like, because it's like it's basically it's an outdoor arena, just that hole.
Yeah.
Like with the seating around it and like the rafters. Pretty much that hole, I guess, is so famous to where people go there and they sacrifice the rest of the event. Like, no, they get a spot and they're there.
Oh yeah, they just sit there the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's packed. And then when you're like trying to walk around it and you're near that hole, it was like you're at a fucking Beatles concert. And then once you kind of get through that hole, it spreads out and it's a lot more fun. But the first thing I saw when I walked in was a guy that was getting wheeled away, and he didn't seem to be in any pain because he was drunk as shit.
Oh yeah.
And his foot was like backwards, and his bone was sticking out, and he's just like still drinking his fucking beer, getting wheeled off. And he had a bad spill down a hill, dude. And it looked like he had more than a bad spill. It looked like he had a bad spill, and then a fucking golf cart ran over his foot. It was bad.
Jesus.
So that's the first thing I saw when I walked into this place. Like, holy crap! I didn't. Everyone's like cheering, yeah.
Yeah, it's a college atmosphere, that's for sure. But
let's see. Oh, Krusty Nugs, Polly. There's an Encino Man sequel that exists. Encino Woman was a thing. What's up, Tom? By the way, man, I think I heard about this. Let me look that up. It's ringing familiar. Is it unofficial? Encino Woman, 1996. It's a TV movie directed by Sean Sheps. It tells the story of a cave woman who awakes in 1990s Los Angeles. Oh, so it sounds like a remake.
huh.
So it's like they just kind of flipped it and did a movie like 3 or 4 years later, and they were gender swapping even in the mid 90s. So
Next year they're coming out with Masters of the Universe.
Who cares?
And Jared Leto Skeletor, dude.
I can see it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna matter when he's got so much makeup caked on his face.
Yeah.
Are we gonna? Can we forget about Jared Leto, dude? That guy.
Please.
Why does he keep getting work?
I don't know.
I mean, I know he had that pop from Dallas Buyers Club when he played the Dick Tucker, but yeah, he sucks, dude. I can't take those. Yeah, I saw Bobcat Goldthwait. I just saw it in the cast, Bobcat. I don't know. He still can't make me watch it, dude. There's no way that's good. But I like Bobcat though. No, but yeah, I don't think he has a whole lot to offer. He's just a weirdo, and I hate seeing him in press and like on red carpets, dude. He just looks like such a douchebag.
Legend of Zelda movie's coming out in 2027.
Yeah, that's been in development for a minute. That's gonna be fucking horrible.
Okay, real quick. Did you see that trailer for Naked Gun? It looks so bad, dude.
I saw I don't know if I saw the full trailer, but I saw like little clips here and there.
There's only one funny part with where the OJ part or whatever.
I didn't see the whole trailer. The thing is, why does it look any dumber than the movies were? The movies are fucking dumb. What are you talking about?
Because he's not funny. I mean, I know Leslie Nielsen wasn't funny in other films, but I mean, he just has the look. Like what's his face? He doesn't do it for me, man.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson's playing his son.
Yeah,
Like his I look. I don't think the Naked Gun series is some beloved, untouchable franchise where it's like, how dare they? The audacity! They make a new one of those. So it's like, whatever, have fun. Go. I'm sure it'll be fine. I think Liam Neeson could do it. I haven't seen the trailer, but wasn't there like I saw clips of him like in a Speedo or some underwear or something? What was going on?
Yeah, it was terrible. The trailer was terrible. Pamela Anderson's in it.
Is she playing like the Anna Nicole Smith or his wife or Priscilla?
Beth, I don't know who our Beth is. Cody Rhodes is in it from
wrestling.
Yeah, WWE.
There you go. I don't know, dude. I would see it. I would watch it.
Busta Rhymes did.
I would 100%. You're selling me more. What are you talking about? This sounds great. This sounds incredible.
Oh, God. Bust.
No, I would watch it, dude. I'm hungry for comedies. I don't care how stupid they are. We have no comedies. So, and especially stupid comedies. People just gave up on those a few years ago. So I'm all for it. Make it the dumber the better. I'm here. So
I don't
Encino Woman Cinema Enema. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna be watching Encino Woman anytime soon. Sorry. But
I want your review on the new Jurassic Park film coming out. Jurassic Park Rebirth.
Are you saying you want my review?
Yeah.
I haven't seen one.
I'm not gonna see it.
I haven't watched one since I haven't watched a Jurassic Park movie in 25 years. Why would I watch it?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah,
it's terrible. I don't care. I in our Discord, some people still like the big blockbuster movies, and I love blockbuster movies, but they're shit. In the last like 15 years, they're all terrible. It's just a dirty thing now. But I don't care about any of this stuff. I don't care about Jurassic Park because that's their fault. Like if they stopped at the second one or even the third one 25 years ago, and we got a Jurassic Park now 25 years later, and you brought back some of the old cast and stuff like that now, and they did it, I might be intrigued. But the fact that they have just they've just stomped it into the ground the last decade with like 4 or 5 fucking stupid movies, I can't be bothered. And I grew up into the comic stuff. I grew up loving Marvel. I still love Spider-Man and X-Men and all that shit to a degree, but I like other mediums of it. I could not care less about these movies anymore. And I know people are like sharing what's it, Avengers Doomsday. Here's leaked photos of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I'm like, I don't care. This is so fucking stupid. This is so old hat now. I'm done. I don't care. They could I don't care. It's all stupid.
The last movie I wanted to see in theater was actually, I didn't get to see it because I'm busy, but The Working Man. Did you end up going to see that?
No, I got a pregnant wife.
Okay.
I can't. No, I didn't go see it, and it's already on demand. So
it is. Oh, it's pretty quick. Wow.
Well, I mean, if you want to pay like the $25.
Well, The Beekeeper was a pretty decent hit, so I didn't know.
I love The Beekeeper. This one's David Ayer as well. This one's David Ayer also, so I'm sure it's going to be consistently good. I like how it looks just like The Beekeeper.
Yeah.
It doesn't look, but that's how Jason Statham movies always were. It's like, it's another movie where Jason Statham plays a bald guy that kicks people's asses.
Well, they need to make Beekeeper 2, dude.
Like you would know, a difference. Like they could have called this Beekeeper 2. And they could have a trailer for Beekeeper 2 in 2 years. I'm going to think it's Working Man 2. It's all interchangeable. I just want to see him kick the shit out of people. Like, you don't watch these movies for the story. It's just, you don't. But I just really wish whoever cut that trailer, dude, that one chick that says, this is nothing like Minecraft. I was like, oh, no, Fortnite. This is nothing like Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'm like, you could tell they wrote that line in the script just for the trailer. You could tell.
Speaking of Minecraft, last week I had the choice to either go to see the Minecraft movie or do taxes, and I chose to do taxes. So my wife had to take the kids to Minecraft, which they loved it, of course, but I'm glad I didn't have to go to that.
Yeah, how'd the taxes go for you?
Terrible. IRS, graped me.
Yeah, as they always do. I've been selling a lot of stuff on on eBay, and I'll be getting those forms next year. And guess who's not paying his taxes on them? Right.
Why would you? Why would you? I would never do
But
that.
you're supposed to now. And if you make over $700 selling stuff online, you get that tax form because it's income. And I'm not going to do it. I've sold over $2,000 in the last couple of weeks, and if I have it my way over the next year, that number will hit 10 and more. And
how much is Tom Savini paying in taxes from his conventions? Cash only conventions.
Yeah, these guys aren't reporting actual numbers.
No,
they're not. But the problem, but those are not the same. So like that actually is working for money. That is actually your employment. Most of those guys, like, let's be honest, Tom Savini, his job is not makeup effects guy. He's maybe part-time. He does things here and there, but he's a full-time con whore now.
Yeah,
that's his job.
Mm-hmm.
And because he's more or less, I don't know if you'd call him retired, but it feels like he passed the baton on to Greg Nicotero and guys like that, because nobody really goes to Savini anymore, which kind of blows my mind. You'd think he would always still get work. I don't know why he seems to have aged out. He's just a makeup guy. That's confusing to me. But and you have all these other guys, like every guy that has played Jason Voorhees, their occupation is con whore.
Mm-hmm.
That's their occupation. What do you think they're doing? Are they working at Lowe's on the weekends? Probably not. Felissa Rose.
Yeah,
she is a full-time con cockroach.
Yeah.
But that's great. I think it's awesome. I think
she's a great lady.
For people
absolutely.
like her, perfect. I think the people that literally had nothing before the con resurgence that have really made it work for them and worked it, awesome. Because it's like a huge step up for them. Like they've turned it to a money-making machine.
Well, like Jason David Frank did at one point,
Yeah, pre-news.
Yeah.
But 100%. Just but there's other guys that are
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not the same thing as selling on eBay, because now am I technically profiting off a lot of it? Yeah, but this is all stuff that
your stuff.
This is stuff I paid taxes on and I bought years ago, and I'm sitting on it, and now it's time to clean the attic, and then I'm selling it. And how do they know whether I'm making a profit or I'm taking a loss? So when you flip stocks, when you invest in the stock market, if you hold on to a stock over a year, you don't pay capital gains on it.
Yeah.
Right? You're not a swing trader. Now, if you do so many swing trades in a short amount of time, the government will flag you as basically a swing trader, and they'll basically say, oh, well, this is obviously your income and your profession, and then you'll get treated as such. But they won't do that if it's like long-term investment. How is that different? And also, if I sell a stock at a loss, I can write it off of my taxes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm not getting taxed for that. So if I sell a PlayStation 2 game that I bought for $60 20 years ago for $40 today, why am I paying taxes on that?
I know.
I'm literally, I already paid taxes on it, and I'm getting a net loss from it.
Yeah.
So it would be different
to sell it. You have to pay a garage sale. You have to pay taxes at your own garage sale selling your shit.
Well, in theory, you would.
That is ridiculous.
But the only thing is they can't paper trail that. They can paper trail eBay though.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's the same thing. Now, there's obviously people that are eBay sellers. That is their job.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to change what constitutes an employment, because obviously there's people that wake up and their grind is to go hit the thrift stores, buy shoes, whatever, and they flip them. They just go out and buy all the thrifts, and they buy a bunch of shit, and they know how much stuff goes for, and they're flipping it for, they're buying in such huge bulk. They're looking to, get X amount margins, right? They'll flip it for whatever. They just need to make. Yeah, there's people that clearly, if you have thousands of sales every year after year, yeah, you might be a fucking day trader for eBay. And then I could see that.
Well, they should just cap the listing. Like you can list like 100 things a month, that sort of thing.
That's a lot. That's kind of a lot, but
I don't know. But
no.
Number. Look, what I'm saying.
But I plan on having a pretty big year with it, because I'm finally just pulling the trigger and getting rid of a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see the next year me doing that.
No.
So like if the government comes at me like, hey, you reaped 10, 12 grand, 14 grand off eBay this year. I'm like, yeah, I fucking had a kid and I had to fucking just part ways with a bunch of shit. Like this is all my stuff, assholes.
Yeah. They're always looking to
8,000 for this 10 years ago. It's like, oh, I'm glad I got you on the phone. Let me take a write off because I lost money on this deal, you fucking idiot. You know what I mean? It's just
Uncle Sam, dude, man. He
100%. We should put this on a t-shirt. Taxation is theft.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, especially to the degree that they get us, dude. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
They tax the money we make. Then we take that taxed money and then we buy stuff to which they tax us for then using the taxed money.
And you sell it as tax.
And then yeah, and if we decide if it's smaller, if we decide to sell that stuff later, we're then taxed again.
And if you die, you get taxed.
Or if we take that money we were taxed and we buy property or an asset, we're taxed in perpetuity for it, like your house, your cars. It's absolutely asinine. Mm-hmm. They basically just treat us like endless bottomless piggy banks. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. So people can people can complain about the fuck. I love it, dude. The tariffs, the buzzword. We'll see if we can not get political and just talk about tariffs for a second without talking about any political figures or whatever. But the concept of tariffs cracks me up. Why people are flipping their wigs over this stuff. And I like how everything is the fault of the tariffs, dude. The turfs.
Who cares?
Look. Has it kind of been a little bit of a shit show? Yeah, but I'm enjoying it kind of because it's dude. The whole fucking system was wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
The whole system was wrecked in China. Give me a break, dude. They need to be fucking taken down a few pegs. So I'm all for it. And if it means that I can't, get some shitty ass fucking socks that are gonna fucking just be destroyed after 2 washes for a while, oh well, I'll live. I'll buy American.
Yeah, I don't care about that shit either.
It's been costing us how much money in the last 5 years to live on dude, I don't care. We got to try something. It might not work, but you can't blame people for trying, man.
What worries me is they're manufacturing all all the pharmaceutical stuff and pills.
My brother Lane's on.
Hey, what's up, man? I don't think
we should bring back you. No, he's not. He's younger. He's like 21, 22. We should bring back tar and feathering. Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand. It's fine. I will gladly cut. It's not even about me paying more for stuff. I'll cut stuff out. I'll cut stuff out the next year to give them a chance to correct things. It's fine. If you guys have kids out there, you should want to leave a better economy for your kids. Because this is a shithole.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the boomers are really screwed up over the younger generation too. I mean,
no, yeah, I mean, that whole thing about the argument of boomers saying, "Oh, kids are lazy. That's the problem." Gen Z or Gen X or everybody's lazy.
They created them.
I know, but then you have the other side of the argument where it's like, the boomers ruined everything. This is why I'm still living at home at 40. I think there's probably column A and column B. I think the truth's in the middle. There's got to be truth to all of it. Because back in my grandfather's day, a boomer, yeah, dude, they could go right out of high school. They could get a job that paid to fucking buy a house, and they would start having kids immediately. It's like everybody was really young, having families of 3 kids and a wife and a house and a dog and a picket fence, and they could survive on one salary. And you had your grandparents, your grandmothers, housewives and stuff. I'm not saying that that's what we should do today, but they were, and they were promoting an abundance because like they were following up the greatest generation, right? World War vets.
Yeah.
Like this is what we fought for. And then like I think they had this mentality of, no, you should buy the house, you should get the car, get the bigger house, get all this stuff, raise 1 million kids. This is what your fathers died for. And it just, I don't know if they really knew what the fuck they were doing or what it would cause, but yeah, it just caused a big problem. But we're not even really talking about that. I think the stuff that China's gotten away with for decades is fucking disgusting. And we need to take them down. It's so
Oh,
funny.
absolutely.
God, okay, they're trying to fight fire with fire. They're trying to okay, well, you know what? You guys, you want to play hardball? You want to tax us like 140%? Well, we're gonna do the same. And you know what? We're gonna cease operations of ships that are gonna deliver parts you guys need for cars, whatever. They're trying to hit us where it hurts. I'm like, oh, you guys could stop ships now, but you guys couldn't shut down airplanes and shit for the big C. Because that's what they said. They're like stopping planes and shit like that.
Well,
But you guys let the whole world get decimated with a
and
virus. Okay. We're
well,
getting
and
too far down the rabbit hole.
every other country is, willing to negotiate except them. So I don't give a shit about them.
No, but I'm saying, I guess I don't know what they're thinking, but I
Well,
wouldn't be surprised if somebody smart over there was like, yeah, the whole game, the plan the whole time was China. Like, because they know China.
I'm sure it was.
It's like, come on, they're the ones.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they really thought they would have any holdouts on anybody else or Vietnam. Like, these guys are fucking flies. Like, they're all going to play ball because, well, we have the strong cards, right? Economically, like, they're going to play ball because they have to play ball. It's China that's, they're trying to swing the big dick around. And, sometimes I think it's funny when you think about it in perspective that China is an ancient civilization and we're just a few hundred years old, give or take. Isn't that funny?
Well,
Isn't it funny?
They haven't really raised to prominence since like or economically since the 90s. I mean, we pretty much boosted them up in the 90s with Clinton and Bush, and then now they became some on the same stage as the United States. So they need to get taken down a peg. Absolutely.
And I think it's pretty funny. I'm trying to see if I can talk about this without actually name dropping people because I'm trying to but there's a lot of stuff that's said that's funny. Let's just say certain people in office have there's been a couple of times lately where they've slipped back into character of old, which is funny. DJT, we'll just say it's so funny because DJT in 2016 was a different animal. That guy, it's funny. Yeah. If you go back and watch like YouTube vids of like his when he was running in 2016 and just go watch like a compilation, you forget how wild he was.
Oh, he was hysterical.
He was literally like WWF Raw, dude.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's what he said later on is like, I got that from Vince and working with the WWE, and he was using that for politics, and good on him, I guess. And anyway, he's so tame now. He's so tame by comparison.
I know. And it's kind of sad because I love those old like clips from 2015. He's like,
they're funny, but no, I think he's in a better place now.
I think he's making fun of other politicians. I never seen somebody eat in such a disgusting fashion. He's like going after the way people eat and stuff. It's just like, it's so I like that barrel stuff, but it's funny.
I like that clip that was going around with the gays for Trump. You seen that one?
No.
He's speaking at some dinner. I don't know what it is. He's like, gays for Trump. Where's my gays for Trump? Where's my gays for Trump? You don't look gay. He's like, you don't look gay. It's so fucking funny, dude. Where's gays for Trump? Gays for Trump? Where's gays?
Oh, that's funny.
You don't look gay. Like, what's a gay guy look like, Trump? It's so funny. He's so funny. But anyway, no, I think it's way better that he's more calm now. And I think it's way better.
It's better for every other country.
But there has been a couple of little slips. You could tell. I don't know if he's getting managed better. Of like, hey, we're gonna do this differently this time. You got to clear it through us. And he's like playing ball with that. But there's been a couple of moments where he slipped and he says things that are almost like 2016 Trump. Like, oh, did I just get an inkling? What, did you almost say something? I think it's hilarious. But
he is a troll, Denise. She just posted that. I love how he ended Jeb Bush's career by saying Jeb Bush is a mess. Jeb Bush is a waste. Jeb Bush is a big fat mess.
I think
ended his career. I mean,
I think nothing tops the Rosie O'Donnell fat pig stuff. Yeah. Like, that is just the fact that that's the guy who's in the head of office is the guy that was publicly shaming, calling Rosie O'Donnell, an old lesbian comedian, a fat, disgusting pig. It's hilarious. Like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, that aside, Tom, yeah, it's a good point. I'm just laughing at all the IG thoughts crying about their usual Shein or Temu hauls at this point. That's a good point. I don't follow that stuff, but are they? I know a lot of those dudes have they have those brand deals with Shein and Temu, or they'll just show off stuff. And yeah, so I'm guessing those prices got raised, and maybe whatever, dude, stop buying from them.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like,
Yeah.
I think this is one of those moves you have to do for the better of the people. Like, your kids, maybe that's some of the people in the country. They don't know any better. They're not going to like me, but maybe they'll respect the decision later, because like, you just got to do it. Like, sorry, you're not going to get your Temu knockoff shit.
I mean, I've known a lot of people that have lost jobs recently due to overseas, people from overseas. So yeah, let's try to keep the jobs here in the States.
U.S. is responsible for the situation it's in now, especially by acting like China and Russia were moronic peasants. Now they're taking advantage of our idiocracy.
Absolutely. No, I agree.
And yes, Clinton's responsible for China, Putin, and instability. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm not disagreeing with you.
They're all corrupt, man. All of them.
There's a reason why certain people have gotten away with certain deals. It's not like we just said, sure, yeah, we'll not have these reciprocal trades.
All the parties are to blame, man.
Yeah, and there's people at the top of the ladder in our country that don't give a shit about these deals because their wallets are lined.
Yeah,
their pockets are lined, and so it's
I don't trust any of them, man.
Yeah, but if you had to put your faith into somebody, we know we've.
Oh, obviously. I mean,
yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'm here for the chaos. Like, what else are we gonna do?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, people are freaking out about, like, it is funny ever since the re-election. God, it's he's been in for like a few months, and it's just been, they can't even stay on one thing. It's like when the Zelensky thing was like all the fucking rage for a couple of weeks, and the war and getting that solved, him coming to the White House with no suit. Then it's like they can only focus on one thing at a time. Now it's like tariffs. No one gives a shit about Zelensky. I mean, I know that stuff's still going on, but he's not getting any real estate, to be, he's not getting talked about. It's so funny, but it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. And whatever, if we have that chaos, we have that chaos.
Oh, I don't care about that. I mean, you can always turn it off, man. Just get off, social media.
But I'm saying, though, we just, like, whatever, rattle the cage. It doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not worn out by it. Like, I find it entertaining. Yeah. Because it's not, when there's an active election, it's more exhausting because it's just, it's just two sides that are it's just ultimate negativity going everywhere. At least now, when one has won over the other, there's still one half that's shitting on everybody, and but the other half is sort of much, they've accepted defeat. You know what I mean? Like, well, there's not as much energy on one side.
No.
So it's not that exhausting, but and if it's not that, it's Tesla. It's the Tesla shit. It's crazy, man.
People are ridiculous, man. Who gives a fuck?
But I'm here for the chaos, and I know people are like, "Oh God, remember when it was fucking normal?" I'm like, that you guys want it to. You want the wool over your eyes? It wasn't.
It hasn't been normal since 9/11. No. Since 9/11, I would say.
What they mean by wool, what they mean by normal is they're not talking about all the dirty shit that's going on the news every day, and people are just fucking eating the shit they're being shoveled. And while their 401ks are draining, while their retirement's suffering, while their wages are stagnant, it's slow death. It's been crippling, slow death for 5, 6, 7 years. So yeah, man, just fucking remove the curtain, look at the man behind there, and rattle it. I think it's great.
Just the fact that nobody could afford to buy a house makes me sick.
Hey, Ishmael, sorry. Barbie clown. What are we talking about? Something political, I reckon. No, sorry, man. We got off on the tariffs, dude. Yeah. The tariffs, dude. The tariffs. But it did start off with Ken producing a Killer Clown from Outer Space remake. And you know what? In spirit of the conversation, I blame the tariffs.
But a good thing about these tariffs, though, is going to kill Hollywood, though, right? So
hopefully.
We don't.
Well, if the fires don't already kill them, the fires over there, I don't know why anybody. That whole thing. So that's a way we can kind of like align it with what we're talking about here is the industry and films. So I hope we cut off. I hope China and Hollywood movies, yeah, I hope all that makes Hollywood suffer because, they're like the biggest market. And I do believe it. I do believe it where they need us more than we need them.
The China mouthpiece.
I'm saying we definitely they need us more than
Oh
we need
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Like we don't need their bullshit products that fucking are trash, dude. That just litter our streets, litter our fucking shops. It's ridiculous. But we're their like number one fucking customer. And yeah, the movie thing, Hollywood has done nothing but pander, their product to meet the demands of the Chinese market, which I get it. It's business. They're such a huge market. They're the biggest market, but it's time to put a stop to it. So I don't really know much about it. Didn't they say something about, is there something going on there where like they're not going to take our movies or vice versa or something like that?
I think so. I haven't looked that deep into
Keep it. That something like that needs to happen because we need to put the final nail in Hollywood. And so either one of two things is going to happen. They're going to move Hollywood somewhere else, or they're going to be forced to actually make smaller budget films for American audience. I want to go to the theater and I want to be able to see a movie like Breakdown again. A movie that when a movie cost $50 million 30 years ago, that was huge. That was a big budget. You could see a movie like Breakdown.
I want to see a good summer blockbuster. The last one I saw was Top Gun Maverick. I mean, I thought it was fantastic.
But Top Gun Maverick, even Top Gun Maverick was, God, that was the first one in a long time too.
Yeah.
Right. It was few and far between. And I kind of thought Top Gun Maverick was going to kick the industry in the pants a little bit.
Like, that's what I thought too, man. I'm like,
it's like, wow, look, this is a blockbuster of old. And they actually made a legacy sequel that held its own. And it was both modern, but felt like Top Gun.
Yeah.
It was, they nailed it. They
Perfect reboot. Absolutely.
They absolutely nailed it. And lightning in a bottle. And maybe they did try and they just failed but them making more Ghostbusters sequels is not trying.
No.
Like, oh, Top Gun was a great let's bring the Ghostbusters back again. No, because they didn't do it right. They didn't do it like Top Gun.
Yeah.
They cast a whole bunch of Stranger Things kids, and then they shoehorn in the old ass Ghostbusters in the last scene of the film. That's not how you do it.
That Top Gun Maverick was shelved for a couple of years because of the virus or whatever.
Oh, so, yeah.
But because I remember didn't Tom Cruise he was gonna put it out and he's like, no, hold off. And then that was pretty much the movie that like I thought got
kind of brought it back a little
bit.
Brought
it back, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know. The thing is if people really wanted movies to kind of come back in a traditional sense, they could. All they'd have to do is put their money where their mouth is and shut down their fucking own streamers. They compete with themselves.
Yeah.
Like shut down your streaming services and put all your films in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And prolong the release of the 4Ks and the Blu-rays and the digital on demands. Like give it a proper like theatrical window. And people will start going. It'll take a little time, just like the tariff situation. There'll be a little damage at first. People will be butthurt.
Well,
but you know what?
Pay the writers. I mean, pay the actual crew and like the people behind the scenes and make a good film.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I don't know. I think it feels like in the last couple of years they're learning. Fatigue is real, because like I said, in the past couple of years, you've had a string of Marvel movies bomb.
Yeah.
And you've had every DC movie flop. And then
Disney
you had
movies are failing. Yeah.
Then you had Mufasa, which bombed. You had Snow White, which fucking tanked.
Yeah.
And even if this is just people, even with cases like Snow White, where it became a political thing and people were basically hate bombing it just because it was more about the movie, people didn't like the DEI stuff. People didn't like the Rachel Ziegler and her attitude and how she was in the press. Because I believe it, dude. There was that one producer, like the producer's son, that was in the news where the producer of the movie, his son, was like throwing her under the bus, like on social media, calling her name, saying she did this. And
oh yeah,
she
absolutely.
went on. She like, dude, you did the exact opposite of a press tour. That's supposed to sell your movie. You doubled down and were trolling people and trolling half the country and just like, oh, dude, like you thought you were just invincible. And you know what? I would not be surprised if her career is fucking done.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And and she's gonna learn the hard way. She'll be crying in her fucking cornflakes, like, oh, I had it all. But really, so wow, Zakito, I have a few progressive friends of that saw Snow White and walked out. I'm sure the movie's not good either, but I mean, there's no way it's as bad as like it's gotten review bombed. There's no way it's that bad. But people are still voting with their wallets, whatever reason that is. They don't want to see it anymore. It is pretty ridiculous. Like Disney has gotten to the point where it's so blatantly in your face with their political pandering and their
Just
fucking
keep it out and everybody be happy. I don't understand it. I mean, you'd be selling.
Hey, and you wouldn't even been in this predicament with Snow White about, oh my god, they recast her, oh my god, she's now like Latina or whatever, oh my god, this is fun. If you stop remaking the shit.
Yeah.
What, you remade a cartoon.
Yeah.
Stop it. Right? It's like I told you, my wife wants to go see, she's like, are we gonna go see that Stitch movie? I'm like, no, why?
Yeah.
I don't want to see the Lilo and Stitch live action remake. Why? Because Stitch is running around there and he's like a little CGI Stitch that looks just like the cartoon Stitch that's already in the movie that exists, except now they've just recast the other people as people. I don't want to see that. So you're telling me all the Stitch and the alien creatures in that movie are going to basically look like cartoons, just like the original movie, but we're just going to have people in it with them too? No, dude. Like, we've already got that movie. And when they had the trailer, dude, for fucking Mufasa, I fucking wanted to die. I wanted to roll my eyes. I was like, my eyes couldn't roll anymore. I'm like, we're really doing this? We're doing Mufasa?
Which one was Mufasa? Was Mufasa the bad guy or the
Mufasa
bad,
was Simba's dad. No, Simba's dad.
Lion. Oh, it's Simba's dad. Okay.
So they remade Lion King with like Beyonce and all that stuff, right? Dude, why? Why? They're not changing enough. It's literally the same damn movie. And then they decided to make a prequel called Mufasa, which is a live action thing, and nobody wants to see a prequel with Mufasa. It's just too much, guys.
You know what is crazy is that they don't like pander to like the sports market more. Like they can come out with like a League of Their Own or Major League type of movie. I mean, there's a lot of people that would go and see that shit right now.
Guess what's never gone out of fashion or style? Sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Sports are always big. And Disney was still pumping out their inspirational sports movies as 20 years ago, but it's been a while. I remember like they had that movie, what they had, like Miracle with Kurt Russell.
Yeah, which is a good movie, I thought.
And then they had the one with Marky Mark where he played
I don't remember the name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Gosh, what was it called? But I think he played I don't know, the Heisman guy. Miracle was the hockey movie. That's Kurt Russell. The Marky Mark and Amy Adams, where he played for the Jets. He was
Invincible.
Maybe that's it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So it's been about 20 years, and they kind of got rid of that. And I feel like sports never go out of style. I think if you had a movie like Mighty Ducks again, I'm not saying remake Mighty Ducks, for God's no. Yeah. But if you did something like that again, something for kids or even adults, why does that not still speak to people?
People they want to turn their brains off and they want to go watch something entertaining for 2 hours and then,
but also people are just moving on. It's like, well, maybe they would watch something like that. It's like, but I don't want to leave my house to watch that. I'll watch it at home. I want to watch. I get it. So it's like the theaters haven't, they've done a good job on trying to keep up and improving everything, but it's still just no match because you got to deal with the kids and the smacking and the obnoxious people. And, I guess you're going to you're not going to get anything special seeing Miracle at the theater today, opposed to what our systems at home are. But maybe if you go see the newest X-Men or Spider-Man movie, that's where they can like blow you away with the IMAX shit. Maybe. But like,
and even that though, like I would think like, okay, so we have the same movie that came out like 3 or 4 times, or we can go see a new film, a sports film that might as well go see the new sports film, that sort of thing.
Horror's doing really good. I think they should just double down, take a page from horror, and just stop competing with yourself. whatever. If you're gonna compete with yourself, have all your bullshit streamers, but just put a cap on the budgets and only put out these types of films or even genre films, and don't put them out on video on demand right away. Even though they feel like they leave money on the table. It's like, well, we're splitting the market here. Half the people aren't going to go anyway. We might as well let them like watch it at home. Fucking embrace the pain for a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff coming out. I mean, you had Nosferatu. I don't know how Monkey did, but the Monkey. I mean, there's been some decent stuff.
Well, the horror stuff is it's making profit. Now it's not the margins they're used to lately because like I said, there was a while they got into this habit. That's the whole problem that got us into this mess, is they got into the habit of clearing $1 billion on every movie.
Yeah.
And they would spend like $300 million, and Disney was making $1 billion to $1.5 billion on everything. Unheard of. And it's just, those margins are just not realistic to maintain. Spend 50 million, be happy with 150 million. I've been on this trip because, hey, Sean, us horror fans have been eating good for years now. Yeah, no, exactly. But like I was saying, the last Terminator movie, Deep Fake or Dark Fate, was a bomb. It didn't have to be a bomb. They didn't have to spend fucking $200 million or whatever they spent on a fucking shitty legacy turn. If they were smart, they would have scaled. They should have realized, okay, Terminator, like the 19th Terminator sequel in the year 2020, whatever, is not as safe a bet as we think it is. What is safe about it? Okay, we have an audience that will go see it 100% because it's Terminator, but we need to figure out how big that percentage of people is. That's a safe bet. You gauge it. You work the budget in accordance with that. So they should have scaled it because they're never going to top T2. They keep trying. So it's like, I would have brought it back down to Terminator 1, make it a really stripped down story, slash that budget, do it for 50 million, and it would have been a hit because the same people that saw it, let's say it doesn't get like word of mouth buzz and becomes like a huge hit. Let's say the same people that went and saw Deep Fake, that were going to see it no matter what, went and saw a movie that cost 50 million as opposed to 200. Then all of a sudden you have a hit on your hands. But when you're making 200 on 200, 200 on 50 is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just shitting themselves at this, man. 2024, I don't think I've been to the movies more in 1 year. Yeah, with the horror, man, there's been a ton. And there's outliers too. Like, obviously we mentioned Nosferatu and stuff, but Terrifier is insane. I'm still blown away by the Terrifier explosion.
Terrifier, you have 28 years later coming out. You have Megan 2, which I like the first Megan.
Megan was a hit. Megan was a hit. So I just don't know why they're not all. Hollywood chases trends. Why are they letting all these people like Blumhouse and A24 take it all? Why are they letting them rule this corner of the market? The low to mid budget film, and they gladly take, triple and quadruple and quintuple profit. I'm not saying, because I don't know who's actually, Megan might be Blumhouse. I just don't know why Disney Fox isn't doing it. Universal's not doing it. Why are they not all chasing this?
Did you know? I know you did last summer is coming out in 2025. Freddie Prinze Jr. is coming back.
Define coming back. I mean, I know he's in it. He's got a part.
He's in it. I mean,
so is Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I'm not eager to go see it, but I mean, yeah.
So is Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Is she in it?
Yeah.
Oh, she is. Okay, yeah.
But I don't know to what extent. It's definitely like a requel. So there's definitely like a new, younger cast. But whatever.
I mean, they're capitalizing on Scream. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like, interested in Final Destination. I know they're making another one of those. Look, the more horror, the better. I remember when it was easy to kind of pick on stuff like the Saw franchise and the Paranormal Activity franchise because they were getting annualized. It's like, oh, there's no new idea. But dude, take me back, because those were great for the genre. All those like fucking movies, they didn't interest me, but I'm like, when they're pumping out these like Paranormal Activity movies. How much that first one cost? Like 50 grand.
Yeah.
It was like nothing, and it made like $500 bajillion. Why is that not making everybody run for the hills and trying to get creative? Because if you can come up with creative enough ideas, maybe you can get around some of that budget problem. Horror films at fests are hit or miss. Like the film festivals and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. The film festivals are, that whole thing is it's a crock of shit, dude. So talking about, that's actually an interesting topic. Hold on, Sean. It's been great for every flavor of horror, hasn't it? No, it really has. And it feels like it's really, really dark everywhere. But no, it's like horror has been secretly fucking slaughtering.
It has been, yeah.
You know, really, when you think about it.
Since C, absolutely.
Because, like, you know, I'm telling you, that's where it's at. You don't need to blow $500 million on A-list talent, because the genre itself is the marquee. You don't need name talent to sell horror. People just want to go see the horror. But anyway, so, you know, this is actually an interesting topic. The film festival circuit. So, you know, a lot of this stuff, just like anything else, is political. The idea that you're going to make a film and you're really going to have much of a chance at getting in one of the big dogs like Sundance, even Tribeca, South by Southwest, or, you know, Cannes or whatever. You can, I guess, but there's so much money changing hands, right? You go to these festivals and all the movies that they're playing they have Brad Pitt in them, Leonardo DiCaprio. So they're not going to let a lot of new people in, because it's the big studio players. Just they've commandeered these festivals to just, you know, showcase their shit and once again kind of award themselves. And it cascades down to even the smaller ones, because here in Phoenix, we have the Phoenix Film Festival, and I didn't go to it. I wanted to attend, and believe me, I'd love to submit my film to it. But somebody that my producer, I think he said he went, and it was kind of the same thing even at Phoenix Film Festival, where he says, yeah, it was like movies starring fucking Mark Wahlberg and fucking this. Like, God dang it.
Crazy, man.
Because they can only show so many films in the program. And when you have all these fucking celebrities and studios throw in the money, because these things are just vehicles to make money.
Yeah.
It's just like it cuts more and more people out. So look, Telluride. I heard Telluride Fest is terrible and very elitist and favor moronic hipster BS. That's very much kind of the flavor of Telluride. Like, I wouldn't take a horror film to Telluride, but let's get a horror movie at a dumb, snooty film festival. I would love it. And the dumber, the better. The dumber, the better. Like, it sucks because it's this weird, awkward situation to be in, because if you're a filmmaker wanting to break, obviously, the bigger the festival, the more eyes and the better it could be for your career or you making the next film. But the scary part is, the bigger a festival gets, the more Hollywood steps in and more becomes controlled by money. So it's like I don't know if it really means anything anymore. I don't really think they mean anything. And of course, you have the stuff at the very bottom. Like, Todd and I could start a film festival if we wanted to next year, right? Yeah. It's going to be first year, and you deal with any problems when you're establishing anything. So if you're a first year festival, you're probably not going to have a lot of submissions because you're not established, and you're not going to be able to charge a lot of money, if any money, because you're trying to get established. And it's a grind. I think the festival you were trying to bring up last time, you couldn't spit the name out, because Panic Fest, right, in Missouri?
Yeah, so a lot of indie horror.
Tim Casey Canton, you remember him?
Yeah, he runs it.
Which I don't know when he started that.
Probably in the last 5 to 10 years, I believe.
I remember a while ago, like 5 to 10 years ago. I remember him like being a little down because he got laid off or whatever, and I don't know if he had a Panic Fest at that point or not. But Panic Fest seems it's made a name for itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely made it. So he's defied the odds, and he's made something that's survived and it's gone on for some years. I think the hardest part is just kind of getting through those first few years. Like if you can say you've been around 5 years, 6 years or whatever, all of a sudden you get more credibility when people are trying to submit, because you go on Film Freeway or whatever and you look for festivals you want to submit your project to, and you see all that, like, oh, this festival's been around this many years. And yeah, like anything else, it's like, oh, this is first year. You could feel great about that or not, but it's just, I don't know. That would be fun. Be fun.
I'd like to talk to that guy sometime. Maybe we can talk to him about his festival.
Isn't it's so funny because like back in the day, because we ran into Tim Casey Canton a lot, because he's from KC.
Crypticon,
that's the Midwest like us, so he used to always go to like KC Crypticon. And there was a time where I don't know if he still runs his website. He had 2 websites. I think he had this website that was more general pop culture called Boom Howdy. And then he had the horror website called Downright Creepy. And he used to do the fucking grind that you would do when you had a website that's, to me, is outdated. He would, he'd go to San Diego Comic-Con, he'd get the press passes, he'd get the interviews, all that shit that doesn't look fun, to be honest, looks exhausting. And but that was in the days where the IGNs and of the world and stuff were huge, these media websites, but nobody cares about that stuff anymore. But anyway, I remember at a point he was basically trying to do the same thing we were. And because we started our podcast, like, oh, let's have a podcast network. Let's get friends together and help everybody rise. Like, let's team up. Yeah. And we were going for a couple of years. And I remember Tim Casey Canton, he was trying to build he asked us like, hey, do you guys want to come and be on Downright Creepy or Boom? I don't, one of them. Right. Yeah. And he was a programmer, so he had the knowledge. He built the websites, so he would have been a good person to have in our corner because he offered a skill set we didn't have and we needed at the time. It's possible. But at the time we were like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to like just be your dancing monkey, and like we wanted to do our own thing. But in hindsight, it's possible. It's possible like we could have done that and then split off after a while. It's possible he could have maybe helped us a little bit and given us a platform.
In hindsight, we made the wrong decision. I'm just kidding.
No. Because he offered a lot of stuff that we could not do.
Yeah.
And who knows, man? Maybe today I'd be sitting on the board at Panic Fest, or I'd be like, hey, Tim, you want to take my movie? Because that's also part of it too, is it's still down to the who you knows. Right, it's down to the network and who you knows. So, for example, like I don't have Tim's number or anything like that. I mean, I know we've all met and stuff like that. But if I did, and I was like BFFs with him, I'd be like, "Hey, Tim, can I have a spot at this year's Panic Fest, my film?" I'd probably get it, right?
You should hit him up. Maybe next year you can get one.
Well, I'm just saying that's still how it works.
No, I know, but I'm just saying because I'd go down there for it, and we can meet down in KC if we can get it in.
Zakito, my friend and I got ripped off at this fest called American Horrors Film Fest in Lake Geneva. Is run by this drunk hack and shock artist of the 90s, and straight rip off horrible films.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's just what he had to go through in the first couple of, maybe that's like if Todd and I started a film festival this year, maybe it would be the biggest dog shit you'd ever seen.
Maybe like iPhone movies, yeah.
But you got to start somewhere. So I'll be totally transparent. So my buddy and producer, oh wait, Zakito, what? He never gave us our awards, LOL.
Oh wow.
Well, okay, so also I think if any film festival gives out awards, like Run for the Hills, dude. Right? Any of these like festivals that you see that award, like you can pay money to get to apply for nomination for best actor, best actress, best screenplay. Run for the Hills. Like, this is not the Oscars. Like, you should pay a submission fee to get your film, and then maybe they can pick like the film of the event or the film of the genre. But some of these things are like really skeezy and really shady. And basically, there's a lot of them that are just pay for play. Like, hey, if you submit and pay the fee for enough of these categories, we're basically going to give you something because you're paying.
Yeah.
Right. And I get it. And I think it just becomes this vicious cycle because, again, you can't really do it any other way because it seems so hard with these other festivals just like kicking people out because they're ran by the big dogs now. So, and you want your film to get noticed. So maybe some filmmakers think it's worth it. Like, whatever, just give me my laurels. I want something to put on the film. I don't care if we're technically buying it, but I get that too. It's like, but I don't know what the answer is. The answer is
Pay
maybe
Tom Savini $20.
just accept that it's a dog shit world and everybody's going to be up against you, or just get good. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. It's kind of depressing, dude. Actually, the more I look into it, and the more I explore this side of the things, and it's kind of depressing just how much is out there and how many people are doing stuff, and just the outlets you have for it. So, I mean, my advice is basically, I went to this mixer. I went to a really big mixer here in town over the weekend, and I hate those things. They're really hard for me because I already deal with social anxiety already when it comes to like big places with tons of people and you don't know the majority of them. I don't
really.
Like it. Oh.
You go to concerts. You used to go to concerts all the time.
Yeah, but guess what? Guess what? At a concert, we all have a common goal. We're there to see a band.
Yeah.
That's different. But like when I'm in a big room, I don't know anybody. Well, maybe I know a few people, like I'll run into them, but at a concert, you're there for a reason. We're there to watch a band. I'm not there to meet my new best friend necessarily, right? You're there to watch a band, have a good time. At a mixer, you are literally there to mix it up with people. And so you have all these people coming up to you, swirling their drinks, like, let me talk about, what are you doing? What are you doing? Follow me on Instagram. Bye. It's just like so transactional. And this was, this is one that had everybody, like, you could have crew, producers, directors, writers, all that stuff. I get along with those people, but even at even this, it's still always going to be predominantly actors.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's a little hard for me. I love actors fine. Like when we're one-on-one, we're working together, whatever. And I know people, one of my best friends out here, I met him up there. He's technically an actor in the area. Great. But then like some actors are really intense. And when you put someone like me in a big facility with like 500 to 1,000 people, and let's say 950 of them are actors, it's really hard. It's like, it's hard to connect. And they're just a different breed, dude. Like I walked into this thing and I already feel like I'm Kevin Smith, the way I'm dressed. Because like actors dress a certain way, and I'm like, you can clearly tell like I'm working a craft service table or something somewhere, right? But but I met one guy that was actually like a DP, and he dressed more like me. He had like a hoodie and a ball cap on. It's like just wearing black. That's the crew guys, dude. The writers and shit like that. They're not dressing, but the actors, they're decked out, man. They're wearing fucking suits, fucking collar shirts. They got their best blazers on, and fucking they're dressed for appearance, and that's kind of their whole business, I guess. But it makes me feel really uncomfortable, man. I don't like it, but
no, I get it.
I don't know where I was going with that, but I think Todd and I, maybe Todd and I. I was gonna say this. Okay, so my buddy, who my producer, he got a job running a film festival. And it used to be called it used to have another name, which I thought the name was great. And for some reason, they've changed the name. They've kind of given everything a facelift. It's basically a brand new thing. So it's a first year festival. And so I think he's already kind of dealing with how hard it is in the first year. And the concept's amazing. The concept's really cool. The concept was cool enough to where he actually got talked about. He actually got interviewed for, I don't know if it was Vice or whatever, like one of these big publications or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. But I was in a bit of a place because at first he didn't have this gig when we made this particular film that I'm trying to shop around, but he since got it. And, on one hand, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, man, that'd be great. We could show it there. Why not help you out? But on another hand, I'm like, oh man, this thing was really soon, as in before I even get the yay or nays from all these other festivals. And I'm like, well, I don't know if we should play it there, because a lot of these it's political, man. A lot of these places, they want exclusives. So if this particular festival is playing today, but I don't start getting yes or no answers from all the other places till next week, it's a gamble. Like, well, okay, I help my buddy out and I give him this film that we worked on. Great. But if I get lucky and a bigger regional festival wants to show our film, a lot of them are going to require exclusivity. At least bare minimum, the region or the state. And when they find out I did this first year festival that probably did nothing for it, because it's a first year festival, I might shoot myself in the foot if I got lucky and I got into a bigger one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the timing was weird. And, he came to me and he says, oh man, he's like, honestly, can we show it? Because I don't really think we have anything great. It's like, it's first year. He's like, I think he had like 200 submissions and he says none of it was really great, which is good, because that means, means ours is good. But I'm like, man, I don't know. You're asking me to sacrifice.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it. We didn't do it because I told him straight up. I'm like, dude, I want to help. I think it's great. A part of me like doesn't care. I'm like, yeah, show it to whoever you want. I don't care. But you worked on this too. Would you rather do this and sacrifice if we happen to? Because it's a gamble. Like, what if somebody made the decision not to do that and then you fucking get turned down for everything else? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe in it enough to where I think we deserve. I think I don't want to cash in that early.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Creep Fest. What is Creep Fest? Is that the name of his festival that he got ripped off at, or is it?
That's a cool festival name.
Oh no! Hey, let's really think about that, Todd. I've thought about it. I don't know if there's any money in it, but like it would be funny if we started a film festival or some kind of or a horror convention or something.
That'd be cool.
Look, so I see people do this. First of all, Tim Casey Canton did it. That's kind of inspiring, right? And then who else in the world of gaming? The Game Chasers did. They have what's the one in Texas? Retropalooza.
Yeah.
And those guys did it. And then here we have one of the biggest. We have Game On Expo that was started by the Gamester 81 YouTuber, and it's huge. It's massive. It's grown and grown. You got to put in the work, and it's got to grow over the years. It's probably a headache. And I'd really be interested to know how much money is in it. There's no way one event is going to feed both of our families for the whole year.
Yeah.
It's probably not the case, but some of these are big, man. Like Game On Expo is really big. Like he has to be taking home some okay money. Like it's just so big.
Skank Fest, Legion of Skanks.
Oh yeah, in the comedy world.
Yeah.
Now, and as far as like a film festival, it wouldn't, we're nobodies, so we wouldn't have much of a pedigree. But it's like, what are really the overhead costs? You secure some area to do it. Rent out a building. It'll probably be the smallest piece of shit at first, and you see if anybody, maybe you take a hit at first because, well, we can't really charge a lot for the submissions, but you start small. I don't know. It'd be fun, dude.
Oh, it'd be so much fun.
And then like where we hold it, I feel like the Midwest has a lot. I feel like we have them too. But
is that Bill and Ted Mall? Is that still abandoned? Maybe we can do it there.
Oh, that would be great. Like, hey, how long do we have for this gets condemned?
Yeah.
Mind if we have a just have it right in the middle where the fountain is, dude?
That'd be awesome.
That would be cool. Like, just put up a big projector by the fountains, dude.
Yeah, that's what they do in Monroeville.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So like, yeah, you can do them anywhere. I've always kind of liked this idea, as long as it didn't wash us out too bad the first year, and just kind of like just take, keep it as small as it has to be. It could be interesting, but we'd get a lot of crap too, because it's like, okay, so we're keeping it really small. We're gonna get like the student films, and that's cool. But like, what if we really got a gem, dude? Like, oh,
we can get celebrities. We can get Stephen Jeffries.
We get Clint Howard, dude.
Yeah, Clint Howard.
we got the keynote speaker, Mr. Clint Howard. Come here, yeah, give him a band.
Bravo.
Brought Clint here. Come out, Clint. Give him a round of applause. Yeah.
I want to hear about Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna have a special screening of Ice Cream Man. Special. Oh, by the way, Clint Howard is in Leprechaun 2 as well. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
He's gonna...
Oh,
But and Clint Howard will do anything as long as you pay him a little money.
yeah.
Anything. But anyway, let's
Hot
see.
meal and a cot sleep on.
Hold a festival in Valentine, Nebraska. Let's see. That would be cool to have a Revival House Core Confest. Oh, we would have to call it Revival House Con. We'd have to turn Revival or something.
Revival Fest would probably be it, right?
Well, that people are gonna think it's like a church camp
Yeah, that's
getaway.
true. Yeah.
Like I thought I thought Hillside United was supposed to play. Like,
Bury
no,
my
it's
nose in shit. What is this?
yeah, but we would have to. I think it'd be kind of a cool idea to kick around, just to see what the realities are. And if you have to pick. I don't think it's as easy as picking where like each one of our hometowns, or do we have to like look elsewhere? Like, oh, well, there's not a big market here. We should go here. But I don't know. I'm interested in it. I'm kind of interested in it. Maybe we can get big enough and get Rex Viper to come play, dude. Rex Viper played the game on Expo, dude. Those fucking hacks.
Oh, really?
Justin, dude, from Screenwave, that big fat ass. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. Actually, this is actually kind of fun, and this was fun to kind of talk about it because that just kind of manifested. That I think it's kind of a fun idea. I wonder if we could remember during. First of all, they have some festivals that are online only, which I know a lot of people did that during the shutdowns and stuff. But talk about a crock.
Yeah.
Like, we'll basically have a website, submit it, and we'll show it on the website. All right.
Yeah.
That's just basically, hey, pay us and we'll put your movie up.
Yeah.
No, you gotta have the community, man.
Yeah.
I don't care if like we start small and it's we could hold it at Mel's Diner downtown. Mel's Diner is where they had One Day at a Time. Remember that TV show?
Oh yeah.
The Mel's Diner's here in Phoenix. I drove past it the other day. It's like downtown. Really? Yeah, the exterior Mel's Diner where they work. Yeah, it's here.
Oh,
it's downtown. I drove past. It's like, yeah, you find a venue, and like, who cares if even you have 20 people show up?
We have a drive-in. We have an outdoor drive-in. That'd be cool.
We do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? They're usually a swap meet during the day.
Yeah, same with ours.
But I wonder, I bet you, I don't think, I wonder if they run. They might be closed during the week, and they only, I don't know. I'd have to look. I can't remember if they only operate films on the weekend or like a Thursday, Friday. But if they have any off days, I wonder if you could like throw some cash somewhere like there, like, and use one of their screens.
Yeah.
Huh. But you could also just do it at a theater. Oh, you're right. My mom got it. It's Alice. My bad. Not One Day at a Time. Fine, Alice. That's what I meant. But yeah, Mel's Diner's downtown. I drove past it the other day. But yeah, anyway, so like if you start it small enough, you get you make the numbers make sense. You get a small place, even if it turns out to be like 20 people, 100 people, however many it is. It could be fun. It'd be fun if it was just like, hey, what's up? You just end up just having like a small party with people. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, here you go. The first inaugural Revival Award goes to the only guy that showed up. Here you go. Yeah.
It goes to your movie that you submitted for the festival.
Oh, and the winner is, what's this? Aaron Lipscomb? Oh, and me accepting my own awards again.
And you put it on the DVD cover. Winner of the Revival House Awards.
The best movie I've seen all year, Aaron Lipscomb. I'm quoting my own film, dude. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's the
like
lowest.
I don't make it that obvious, but for people that know better, they can put it together. Like I get the quotes from like you, the greatest film you watch all year, Todd, like Riverman. Like what? This is or fucking this will change lives. Aaron's mom, Denise. Like,
it's gonna cost you, Aaron.
All right, guys. Well, I had a good time. We'll chat with you guys later. Todd we can't do anything Friday. Todd's got stuff going on, I guess, and that's fine because I have to edit the member commentary this week. You guys might have noticed I dropped the Leprechaun 3 commentary today.
Awesome.
Please watch it, and if you dig it, and if you I'm not gonna, please clap. I'm not asking you to do that, but if you watch it, please give it a like if you appreciate it, and let me know your feedback on the work I put into it and the edit and all that stuff, because it took a lot more time. but I think it just makes for a it's a fun time. I think it's more engaging. I think it's entertaining. But do let me know. I'm proud of it, and yeah, I need this week to kind of do that other commentary, and then we'll come back next week. We're still going to do not Tales from the Hood, Leprechaun in the Hood.
Leprechaun, is that
Hood.
That's our next one? Okay, is it
That's,
2 or 1?
Well, I thought we said 1. I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing all. I don't give a shit. Let's do Leprechaun in the Hood 1.
Okay.
So we'll do that next week. My mom watched the commentary. God save us all. Yeah, I went down there and she was listening to it. I'm like, God dang.
Well, you're gonna watch the Leprechaun. You're gonna want to watch the next one. So
did you not hear me about the whole fucking quotes on my movie thing? I'm gonna have my mom give me quotes. The greatest thing ever. Your quotes mean nothing, Mom. They do nothing to help. No, but yeah, check that out, and I'll try to have that member commentary up ASAP. And if you guys want to support us, become a member, $2.99 a month. That's all we ask. You help us out a lot. You're going to get bonus commentary monthly and other content. And we got to get the merchandise thing worked out. I want Todd to look at that because I
need to look at that.
I can't link our store. It just won't let me link it because I'd love to show you guys some new swag that we got. But maybe Todd will look into that for me. Another thing on the docket is we got to get the Spotify thing figured out.
What's wrong with
that? We're having an issue getting access to the old Spotify. And so I'm trying to get it transferred, or just going to bite the bullet, maybe start a whole new one and start uploading shit one by one by one. I got to figure it out. But right now, you can listen to us audibly on Apple Podcasts and all that stuff, mostly everywhere. Just right now, Spotify's in limbo till we figure it out. But anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for all your support. Have a great one. Bye-bye.